My name is James Buckmiller. I'm an intern here at Haddee Education and Haddee.com. And for our interview today, we have Yuyang Hu, who is a fellow intern and student of Haddee. How are you today?
I'm doing very good. Thank you for asking.
Yeah, so I got for you maybe 10 questions today. It shouldn't take
Mm.
terribly long, but any detail you can give is highly appreciated. More
All
detail is
right.
always better, as a general
Sounds
rule.
good. Sounds good.
For our first question, how was your experience during online learning and how did it affect your learning experience overall?
Well, with Haddee, or in general with school and all.
I think with just school, how do you think it's affected you?
Well, it's definitely made things harder to pay attention. I get
Mm,
distracted easily, and especially in school, I get very easily distracted, even when I was attending in-person school. But now, since I'm at home sitting in front of my computer all day long, it's even harder to pay attention.
yeah, yeah, I completely understand that.
Mhm.
Um, I think in what ways do you think a teacher could make a class more interesting? Is there a way you could keep your attention?
Well, I think my current English teacher, Haddie, not in school, is actually doing a really good job of this. See,
Yeah?
she's making the classes engaging.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, she's calling on students during the middle of class, making them read, letting them fill
Mm-hmm.
in things
And
like
just
that.
real
It
quick,
makes the classroom feel all
yeah.
lively.
Yeah, and just real quick, who do you have here at Haddie for your English
Oh, I
teacher?
have Miss Pont.
Oh, Miss Pont. Yeah, just make a video
Mhm.
about her. But
Cool.
anyways, for next question, I guess, would
Mhm.
you recommend this as an online format as an alternative to school as we're going into this next school year?
I wouldn't recommend it as an alternative to school. I mean, in my interview with Dajan, she said that she doesn't consider Haddie to be an alternative to school. However, I do think that maybe if you wanted to enrich your child's learning process, maybe help them improve their grades in school, Haddie would definitely be the sort of thing you want to sign up for.
Okay, yeah, yeah. Um, as an intern here, I want to get into more of like how we work here and what we do.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think we that it? Oh, let me rephrase that. What do you think it is we do here that's like special compared to other online learning centers or formats or even just normal school?
Well, you see, most online learning centers, they have like two teachers and they make things all boring and stuff. With Haddee, I feel like they're reaching out more to younger generations. Like at first, when I first signed up for my internship, I thought this is just going to be another one of those Chinese learning centers or, stuff like that. But no, I feel like it's really modern. It's really embraced the virtual education
Yeah,
theme.
embrace the times.
Yeah, I guess you could say that.
Yeah. So you think it's become more modern, whereas like the other ones are trying to still stick to the previous formula that would work maybe in a classroom, but doesn't really work
Hmm.
online. What do you
Yeah,
think about
definitely.
that?
Could you repeat the question? Like, what do I think
Yeah,
about
yeah.
what?
It's just like, what do you think that the in-person classrooms transitioning to online are perhaps doing wrong?
Oh, well, they're definitely making things not engaging.
Hmm. Yeah. How
Like
would you
even,
say it's less
yeah.
engaging?
Well, you know, it's just lectures after lectures, especially in school, and in all of these other learning centers. They force us to sit inside of classrooms for hours and hours at a time, learning about this useless information that goes into the student's mind. I mean, I don't think that like school and all of it's useless. I just think it makes everything feel useless because, they force
Oh,
us to
yeah.
just stay here in one room for hours at a time. But again, but like I think online learning really has some benefits. You can
Mm-hmm.
learn from your home, from your bed,
You
from where
can,
you're
yeah.
comfortable at.
You can learn
But
anything anytime almost, right?
yeah, yeah, basically. But the
Mm-hmm.
lectures still, they make things boring. They make your bed boring. They make your computer boring. I think we need to find I think all these schools they need to find ways to like make online learning more interactive and less, just bland.
I completely agree. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, moving on, what
Mm-hmm.
compelled you to be an intern here at Haddie?
Mostly for my college application.
Mostly for your college application?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. What would you say the work environment is like here? How do you think we run things? Do you think it works as an intern, you know, center?
it all feels really casual to me. It doesn't feel like an actual workplace. It feels more like, especially with since, I invited you and Tim, two of my
Mm-hmm.
friends in, it feels more like casual group hangouts. Meetings aren't actual meetings. They feel
Yeah.
like business talks, not business talks. They feel like,
You feel you can
I don't
casually bring up a
know.
problem, and then we kind of
Yeah.
just fix the problem. That's how it is, and that's how we run it.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't feel like there's a really strict social hierarchy here.
Yeah.
Anyone can
Yeah.
really
Yeah.
talk to anyone without having to be
You
all
don't have to
formal
go
and
through a
stuff.
couple layers of, bureaucracy to get to the top. You can just kind of talk to
Exactly.
whoever you need to talk to and get it done.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. That's very good. For the next question, as a student
hmm
as well, would you recommend a Haddie class compared to a traditional Zoom class?
Um, hmm. Yes, definitely. Like
Yeah.
comparing my experiences from Haddee to my experiences last year taking my freshman year online, I would definitely say Haddee did it better. Um,
Yeah.
I don't know if it's the teacher or if it's just the environment, but for a lot of the time last year, I felt like I wanted to take a nap. I felt like I didn't want to pay attention. Sometimes I would just turn off my camera and go do something else. But with Haddee here, I feel like I actually want to stay engaged. I don't feel like I want to leave and just go away or something.
Mm-hmm. You want to
Hmm.
actually attend the classes and make sure you're present for them because they were
Yeah,
enjoyable.
exactly. That's my point.
Uh-huh. Since you both work here and you are a student, what would you say is
Hmm.
one piece of advice for a newcomer to a class?
Hmm. Um, Respect the teacher, I guess.
Yeah.
All the teachers here are chill, and if you want to, like, respecting them is probably like I don't know the easiest way to like find the class more enjoyable,
Mm-hmm.
I guess.
Do you think you can always have access to the information you need in a class? You can always, talk to a teacher if you have a problem or something, and they will
Yeah, I
help you?
definitely do. I definitely do.
Sorry, excuse me.
Are you okay? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, yes, yes.
hmm
Um, yeah, that's good. I guess my next question is, how would you change the handling of online learning during this next school year if it was up to you? Imagine you're in the chair making all the decisions.
Hmm. I would definitely try and find new ways to go about things. I don't think we should apply the same old tricks schools have been using for years in actual school to online school as well. I think they should find like methods to make things more engaging, to make things work for online classes. Like I don't know, little virtual games,
Yeah,
stuff like that. Yeah.
use the internet activeness that the, online format provides, I guess. I think
Well,
that's very
like
important.
one example I'd make would be to our biology class last semester, right?
Oh,
At the
yeah.
end, our teacher had like this whole symposium thing we could walk around in, quote unquote, walk around in.
Yeah.
And I think it was really cool. And it made us feel like, like we were actually
It
there
did lead
when
up
we
to
weren't.
something, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of was an end game to the whole, project. Had the you said we walked around, but it was actually a website that you could go in,
Yeah.
and it was like a virtual camera that you could move around the room and see everybody's projects,
Yeah.
and it was quite cool. Yeah, yeah. How do you think you'll change your the way you learn in the future with the experiences of COVID? Just over this past time, what do you think you can do better as yourself?
Hmm. See, that's kind of tough. Um, I've definitely learned that my attention span is really short. I should work on it more.
Mm-hmm. So you think you should just work towards having
Mhm.
the attention span to keep through classes and
Yeah.
if obviously if the format does continue. I don't know with the
hmm
COVID vaccine coming out and getting it done, then I think we will fortunately be out of this. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
And I think this is the last question. Many people
hmm
would want to know what the workload is like in a Haddie class. What is your experience compared to normal school? Would you say it's more or less or somewhere in between?
Less, definitely less.
Less in a good way or a bad way, as in you
In
can.
a in a good way. You still feel like you learn all the stuff, but they don't
Yeah,
give you like hours and hours of homework every day like my English teacher did in school.
Yeah, and you took honors English, obviously. So,
Hmm.
yeah, there was quite a bit of work from that, I've heard. But do you feel like you got more out of a Haddie class versus an in-person class, such as, just in Zoom normally?
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah.
Yeah, you see,
Hmm.
yeah. Do you feel like the topics are more maybe nuanced or just more focused on what you should actually be learning in life rather than, you know, math is very important, but I'm never going to need
Hmm.
the area of a 12-sided shape, right?
Exactly.
Do you feel like Haddie provides actual life, almost life skills, the stuff you'd actually need to know?
Yeah.
Hmm. So, yeah, I think that is all of our questions. We went for about
Hmm.
20 minutes there. That's
All
pretty
right.
good. Thank you for coming on.